A very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to do psychiatry, very important branch as far the Neet PG or National Exit Test is concerned. At least 7 to 8 questions come from this section of psychiatry, and usually it is from the most repeated topics. So same topics. You have to thorough those topics, then it will be very easy for you to answer those questions in the real examination. Now let us look at the first question in the series of psychiatry. Which of the following is not associated with dementia? Not associated with dementia. Now, what do you understand by dementia? What do you understand by dementia? Dementia. What happens in dementia? There is cognitive impairment, there is impaired memory, there is personality alteration, impaired judgment, there is absent diurnal variation. One thing is clear for dementia, there is no alteration of consciousness. There is no alteration of consciousness. So you can see in the options there is forgetfulness, reduced personal care, loss of neurons in brain, and alteration of consciousness. Alteration of consciousness is not there in dementia. So let us look what the correct option here is. It is alteration of consciousness. So alteration of consciousness is not associated with dementia. What do you see in dementia? Usually it is of chronic onset. There is no disturbance of consciousness. Cognitive impairment is there. Personality alteration is there. Impaired memory is there. Impaired judgment is there. And there is absent diurnal variation. Let us move to the next question. A well-dressed man came for feeling of woman trapped in man body. He is suffering from. Four options are given here. Paraphilia, transvestism, gender identity disorder, frotteurism. Paraphilia, transvestism, gender identity disorder, frotteurism. Now, what is transvestism? It is wearing clothes of opposite gender. Wearing the clothes of opposite gender. It is transvestism. What is gender identity disorder? The sense of one's masculinity or femininity is disturbed. This is gender identity disorder. There is a strong and persistent cross-gender identification. The person feels that he belongs to the opposite sex. A repeated stated desire to be or insistence that he or she is of the other sex. Wearing the clothes of other sex, that is cross-dressing. Preference for cross-sex roles in plays or fantasies. Preference for playmates of the other sex. Persistent discomfort with his or her sex. So this is gender identity disorder. So the correct option here is gender identity disorder. So well-dressed man came for feeling of woman trapped in man body is suffering from gender identity disorder. Folly edux means Polydix means A. Delusion of persecution, B. Sharing of delusion, C. Delusion of double. D. None. This polydix means sharing of delusion. This polydix is also known as shared psychotic disorder or symbiotic psychosis. So it is characterized by sharing of delusions between two persons, known as polydix, or rarely between more individuals, also known as polytros. Polytros or polyfeminine. There is a dominant person, active person, who induces delusion into the other person. So this is a shared delusion. There is an active person who is dominant one, who induces the delusion in other person. The other person is known as dependent person. On separation of two, the dependent person may give up his delusions. However, the active person often requires treatment. When you separate those persons, the dependent person may give up his delusion, but the active person will require treatment. So, polydix means sharing of delusion, also called symbiotic psychosis or shared psychotic disorder. So, they share the psychotic disorder. So, the correct option here is sharing of delusion. REM sleep is associated with all. REM sleep means rapid eye movement sleep. So, rapid eye movement sleep is associated with all. A. Dreams, increased BP, loss of muscle tone. Now, delta waves is present in deep sleep, not in REM sleep. So, the correct option here is B. Delta waves. Rapid eye movement sleep. Delta waves are seen in deep sleep. Ataxia abasia is seen in. Ataxia abasia is seen in conversion disorder. Ataxia abasia is seen in conversion disorder. Now, what is conversion disorder? Can anyone tell in the chat box, please? Conversion disorder. Not used for erectile dysfunction. Not used for erectile dysfunction. A. Beta blockers. B. Sildenafil. A. Beta blockers. B. Sildenafil. C. PGE. D. Papaverine. We all know PGE is used, papaverine is used, sildenafil, tadalafil is also used. The not used is beta blockers. Not used is beta blockers. So the correct option here is A. Beta blockers. A student unable to deliver a speech before audience is suffering from A. Social phobia, B. Obsessive compulsive disorder, C. Agoraphobia, and D is claustrophobia. Agoraphobia, D is claustrophobia. So what do you think is correct answer here? Unable to deliver the speech. Unable to deliver the speech. What do you think is the correct answer here? Now what is claustrophobia? Claustrophobia is fear of closed spaces. Agoraphobia Agoraphobia is the fear of open spaces. Claustrophobia, closed spaces. Aerophobia, fear of high places. Zoophobia, fear of animals. Pyrophobia, fear of fire. Xenophobia, fear of strangers. Algophobia, fear of pain. Thanatophobia, fear of death. Mysophobia, fear of dirt or germs. Cytophobia, fear of eating. Cetaphobia means fear of dogs. Hydrophobia, fear of water. So the answer here is social phobia. Suicide is most common in A. Alcohol, A. Depression, B. Alcohol dependence, C. Dementia, D. Schizophrenia. The correct option here is A. Depression. Which of the following can cause delirium? Hypoxia, barbiturates, alcohol withdrawal, all of the above. Of course, it is all of the above. Hypoxia, barbiturates, and alcohol withdrawal all can cause delirium. Pyromania, pyro means fire, mania, set things on fire, is an irresistible urge to set things on fire. So the correct option here is A, set things on fire. The delusion which involves replacement of familial person by someone else. Replacement of familial person by someone else. Let us look what the correct answer. It is Capgras syndrome. Capgras. Capgras syndrome. Delusion of replacing involving replacement of familiar person by someone else. It is Capgras syndrome. Cord hank means A. Passive partner in sexual intercourse. B. Woman having high sexual desire. C. Sexual partner in pedophilia. D. Male important to particular woman. Code hank is male who is important to particular woman. For particular woman, he is important, but he can be potent with other women. This is known as code hank. So the correct option here is male important to particular woman. Pagophobia means involving eating ice. Pagophagia means eating ice. Pagophagia means eating ice. Pagophagia means eating of ice. Correct option is A. Doppelganger is Doppelganger is Doppelganger is feeling of double of oneself. Feeling of double of oneself. What is contraindication for ECT? A. Arrhythmia, B. Epilepsy, C. HIV, D. Cerebral aneurysm. The correct option here is D. Cerebral aneurysm. Which of the following is a delusion? Which of the following is a delusion? Correct answer is Othello syndrome. Othello syndrome. Child wakes up at night sweating and terrified, does not remember the episode. Diagnosis is C. Night terrors. It is night terrors. Somnambulism means walking while sleeping. Walking while sleeping. Flooding is a treatment modality used in. It is used in phobia. A. Phobia. Borderline personality disorder is A. Chronic feeling of emptiness, unstable interpersonal relationship, grandiosity, low self-esteem. The correct option here is unstable interpersonal relationship. Indications for ECT are indications for ECT are all severe depression with suicidal risk, catatonic schizophrenia, severe psychosis, severe maniac attack. The correct option here is severe. Psychoanalysis was started by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. Cotard syndrome is nihilistic delusions. All are features of Korsakoff syndrome except ataxia. Suspiciousness is a characteristic feature of paranoid personality disorder. All are symptoms of morphine withdrawal except fall in BP. There is a rise in BP in morphine withdrawal. There is a rise in BP in morphine withdrawal. So let us revise once more. Do you want to revise it once more? So you can WhatsApp me directly on 948-365-2020, and you can WhatsApp me directly on 948-365-2020. You can click the link in the description box to join the my masterclass, 6-day masterclass, which will be taking you to a next level in your success towards your NEET PG or the national exit test. Wishing you all the best. God bless you. Good night.